So you're basically lowering your entire city's tax base, especially if it's dependent on housing as a bedroom community. So with all the new homes being built, if we don't diversify our housing stock, then we're not going to be able to preserve the value of our present houses as they currently exist.
Okay, I have two more comments here. I would like to invite Rudy Ringwald up to the podium to read his question.
Well, I would like to congratulate the committee on, I think, doing an excellent job, just a fine job, and I know they put in many hours on it. My comment is really directed to the administration and council, and maybe to the committee too, is do you really think that the people of North Ridgeville have the wherewithal and will be willing to vote the amount of money that it's going to take to see this plan through? Between what we're asking and the plan and what the schools are going to need, we're going to need well over $200 million to complete this.
How much can you contribute?
I can very briefly, I think money is one of the issues. I think the hardest issue is we've got to preserve our land for commercial development. And the hardest decision we have to make is basically changing the zoning from residential to commercial. And some of the people who live in those areas that are targeted for potentially being commercial aren't going to be overly thrilled with that. But some may be super thrilled because it will increase the value of their home exponentially, or the value of that particular piece of property. I think that's the hardest decision. Then money then comes thereafter. And if you look at the way that we set up the plan, with Sprague Road Technological Corridor, it's along Eaton Township so that we can hopefully tap into state and county money. And with Route 20 and Route 83 as being the focus, hopefully we can tap in again to state and federal money and other monies there. But you're absolutely right. I mean, this is a projection into the future. We were talking 2025, and the hope is that what we can do now, we do now. The areas we focus on now, we need to basically prioritize, and hopefully our council administration will help do that. For example, I'd like to see the LCCC light high-tech industrial area happen soon. The Beckett-Waterbury Parkway is already underway, so you have to take it in bite-sized chunks and hope for the best. Lear Naval widening is underway currently, and Dave, I think, has got more comments. So.
Yeah, it's a tough problem, but remember, this is a guide for what we want to see. We're not going to just incorporate it and go spend $200 million to incorporate everything that's in it, including rec centers and sidewalks everywhere and sewers throughout the city, 100%. That's our goal, what we would like to do. But it gives us the ability to work with our contractors and developers and others that comes into the city. I'll give you a good example. We did a master plan for sewers along Route 83. And when Mr. Valari came and wanted to run his sewer through the backlands, which would have been much cheaper, we said, no, you have to do it on Route 83. And because we need to service those residents there also. And frankly, right now, we don't have the money to pay for it, so we worked out a way that he paid for it, and we give him a credit on his sewer taps when he sells a house and hooks in. So we were able to get about $3 million worth of sewer without our spending a penny. We also, by doing that, were able to get rid of a lift station that was in real bad shape. That's not the first case that we worked with developers that wanted something and we didn't have the money to do it, but it was in our plan. So we worked with them where they paid for materials and we paved roads. And you know, that's what your master plan is for. We want to do sidewalks throughout the city. It's a tough issue we've looked at. But because we have the master plan, now when businesses come to us and say, well, do I have to put in a sidewalk? You don't have one next to us. We can say, yes, it is our plan. We want the sidewalks. You have to put it in. And it's in the discussion, and they put it in. Under the old system, they could put up a deposit. We have deposits, or had them on file in the city that went back 40 years, that they, instead of putting a sidewalk, they put in up a couple $100 bond, which today wouldn't pay for the sidewalk. You know, so now using our master plan, what we want to see, we can tell them, you have to do this. And that's the beauty of the master plan.
Okay, I have one last comment. I'd like to invite Ben Sweeney.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the committee. The amount of work that goes into something like this, it embarrasses me, and I feel guilty about it. And I'm sure that all of us here feel a little bit guilty too, that what have we done for the city? My question is, I was wondering how many of you are going to vote for the renewal, issue 12, which is the library renewal on May the 5th. And I will leave you with that thought. Thank you very much.
Stuck that in there. Any questions from the floor before we ask Mr. Knopf to come up and give our final comments? Russ?
Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may be sitting there and your minds may be wandering and saying, well, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that. The draft of the master plan is online, like Ellen said. But to let you know, it's 90 pages. And that's why we couldn't cover all the topics and all the subjects. I couldn't cover all the streets that we're looking at in there. So go on there and take a look at it and look at all the sections. And you may find an awful lot of your questions or wondering about things answered when you take a look at it.
Yeah, I want to follow up on what Russ just said. It is on the city's website. If you come up with questions or, you didn't want to write them out tonight, or if you look at it and you see something, email us at masterplan@inridgeville.org, just like the city website, inridgeville.org, masterplan, add that, and we'll get back to you.
Okay, thanks everybody. Now Bob's going to give our final comments and what our next steps are.
The one thing I noticed between all of us, we have a passion for our city. This group of ladies and gentlemen, the mayor, Ellen and her team, have put such arduous hours in during the last 9-10 months for our community. You're here tonight, and it's really great to see you here tonight. I'm disappointed that we didn't have a crowd that was waiting outside to get in, because this is our town, this is our city, and you feel the same passion that I do, and you feel the same passion that each one of us do. A couple challenges for you, and it's nothing really big, but with this passion, we've got to really develop the passion. We've got to instill our neighbors. We have to instill our council friends to move forward. Talk to your neighbors about what you heard tonight. Go online, look at the plan. Talk and mention to your council people what you like. If you see something you don't like or a suggestion to make it better, you've got our phone numbers in here. If you want to call us, call us. Maybe not during an Indians game or some kind of basketball game going on, but interact with us. Let us know. I mean, it is so important. This is just the beginning. I mean, honest to God, I had hoped that we could have gone to the community center by the high school and we could have had 500 people show up. But, we have 50 good people. Now you just have to duplicate. You've got to talk it over. We've got to make this work. We've got to talk to our council friends to let them know how important it is that we have a plan, we have a direction, that we can truly make North Ridgeville the best location in the nation. I mean, I think it's such an awesome opportunity for all of us. The second thing, which a gentleman prior to me stole my thunder, voting is coming up next week. This library has been incredible to us. Please support the library issue. I can't officially tell you to go vote for it because that would be against our rules. So I won't say that, but I'll lock the doors if you don't want to vote for us. Thank you very much, folks, for coming tonight. And please talk it up. We need all the help we can get.